Today we are here at Brew Bus Brewing here in Tampa. We are gonna ride the bus. What's really cool is Brew Bus Brewing is a small brewery here in Tampa, and they run a bus that actually takes you to different microbreweries here in Tampa. So it's not just all about Brew Bus Brewing. They'll take us to a bunch of other breweries here in Tampa that we'll get to see and try. Their procedures are a little bit different during COVID. We just got here, the tour, or our bus is supposed to leave at noon. It is 11:52. I'm gonna go in and use the restroom before we go. But we're gonna get on the bus and we're gonna do a brew bus tour today. So we're gonna try some different craft brew here in Tampa, and I'm really excited about it. So this is the inside of the Brew Bus Brewery. And you can see they've kind of got it laid out over here. There's Brew Bus right here. And I'm sure this map is not to scale, but I love how they have all the different breweries around on the map. And they've got a manatee and alligator art up there. They've got their merchandise over here. And they have guest Wi-Fi. And I love their menu. Alright, we are leaving Brew Bus. We were told that the bus leaves at noon, so we need to be outside at noon so that we can be on the bus. It is bright out here. So we're gonna get on the Brew Bus and start our tour.
How are you?
How are you guys? We're the cool kids sitting in the back of the bus, and I just noticed there are cup holders for the seats, basically in every seat. And then I saw the highlight thing on the ceiling, and then I saw all of the stickers back here.
Yeah.
Our first stop on the Brew Bus tour is here at Sparkman Wharf, which is a bunch of restaurants in like shipping containers. And there was honestly a ton of traffic coming this way. And it looks like there's no traffic anymore, but it took us a while to get here, so we're actually a few minutes late. But we're gonna go in here, and here's a map. And we're gonna find, what's it called? Fermented Reality Biergarten.
Right up there.
There we go. I see it. So we've actually been to Sparkman Wharf before, but it was really new when we came here several years ago, and we've never come back. But it looks like it's really grown up, and it is a dog-friendly place. But there's lots of food, so we have about 40 minutes here before the next bus comes to pick us up. Pretty sure this was the reason for the delay in the drive here, but we're here. And it's beautiful, and it's outdoor, and it smells amazing, and it's not crowded. All right, first round of beers is done. We've done Fermented Reality. This was a beer garden. They didn't have any in-house beers here, but I'm excited to move on to the next brewery. Yeah? Yeah. All right, bus number 2 of the day. There's a bunch more stickers on this one. Headed to our second stop. Our second stop is called Late Start House. I guess they also have coffee. We have some truly amazing art in this place. Like, it's not my style, but I mean, it's really well done. This thing over here is actually more my style because it's glittery. And then there's this. Somehow I don't know that that font is going to appeal to men, but pancakes might. All right, time to get back on the bus.
I don't know, which one the bus got here? Early or what?
But they do allow dogs. Here's our bus. Barriehaus is right over here. Stop number 3.
Okay. And now we get here.
It's beautiful in here. They have merch. Kind of love this shirt. Their logo is so fun. If you can read this, order another, I spilled mine. Okay. Adam found a hat. You know, I would get behind this, but I can't. Sorry. But they're really soft. Ooh, they have a long sleeve. I think it's a rash guard. I might have to come home with me. So we walked in and I saw the Buccaneers flag and I thought, all right, fine. And we looked at all the merch and I thought, okay, cool, very nice. And we sat down at this gigantic table and there's like 6 stools here. Now they don't have backs, so it's just like a stool. So we're all kind of hovering around. But then I saw the table flag and they have a pretzel, and Adam saw a pretzel walk by to go outside. He was like, we need one of those. But then I saw this and it's a Cuban sandwich and it looks delicious, so we ordered one. And it's even more beautiful in person. So we finally ordered food, which is good because we're hungry. We also have a pretzel coming. And so I'm excited to see what that looks like too. But so far, we haven't had a bad one. We had a Radler, we had a lager, we had a lager, and we had a lager, which I don't mind. That's a Vienna lager. This one's called Pre-Prohibition, and this one was the Citrusaurus lager. And a lot of breweries, microbreweries, do like IPAs, and apparently this one does lagers, and I kind of love it because they're so easy to drink and they're not so bitter. I'm not an
Quaffable.
Okay. I'm just not an IPA fan, so I really like lagers. And this one is a peppermint Baltic porter, and it's really refreshing. So we're gonna eat our Cuban sandwich. So we've had a rotating bus driver. The first time was Penny, then it was Brittany, then it was Penny. Now I think it's gonna be Brittany again. Also, they do have an outdoor like beer garden, but we sat inside this time.
What?
Mom fell in the hole coming out of the bus the first time.
Oh my God.
We're gonna get back on the bus. All right, next stop, Central Ybor City. We're going into the Tampa Bay Brewing Company. And also, this is our group that we are like traveling with today. So, Curb, step up. We've got a pair of women, an anniversary couple. We've got Adam and Mom and I, so it's really just 3 parties on this bus. All right, Tampa Bay Brewing Company, here we go. Be smart, stay 6 feet apart. Wear your mask before you go inside. All right, we're here at Tampa Bay Brewing Company, and I'm just in love with all these mugs. Also, he's working on my flight right now. He's gonna bring it right over here to me. Look at this. That's me, thank you. I told you. But this is in Ybor City. I didn't realize we would be coming to Ybor City. I can't wait to bring Adam back here to Ybor City later next week, because I think you're really gonna like it.
I like what I see so far. It's very cool.
It is really cool. It's very historic. So, anyway, time to log everything on Untapped and then try everyone else's beers, because I think we only have a couple of overlap. So we are in Ybor City right now, and they do have a restaurant called Columbia here in Ybor City, which is actually supposed to be the home of the original Cuban sandwich. So I'm gonna be bringing Adam here next week for a Cuban sandwich at Columbia restaurant. I don't know if we'll come back here to Tampa Bay Brewing Company or what we'll do that day. But we're gonna have all kinds of fun next week, so stay tuned for more vlogs of that. But for now, we're gonna get back on the Brew Bus and we're going to Southern Brewing and Winery next. All right, next stop is Southern Brewing and Winemaking. So my guess is they have beer and wine in here. They also have a sign for Renee's Mexican Kitchen, which is interesting. They have a board that's pictures of just dogs. These are all Polaroids of puppies. Look at that face! We are leaving Southern Brewing and Winery. Honestly, not completely impressed with this place. So we are ready to make our way out, and the bus is here. All right, final stop of the night. We're back at Brew Bus. We just got off the bus for the last time tonight. This was so much fun. I will share my thoughts in a little bit. For now, we're gonna go in, we're gonna see what we can find here to drink. All right, so the bus brought us back to Brew Bus Brewing. We're over here. We've picked a couple of flights. So these are 5-ounce pours. We've got one more coming because we actually broke the keg. Blew the keg, I don't know what it's called. That's their anniversary. You
Happy
too!
anniversary!
We're really excited about these, and that guy over there walking away is so fast. Like, he made these flights in literally minutes. Like, just a couple of minutes. So fast. Okay, it is several days later, and I have had some time to put some thoughts together about this because I wanted to give you a better summary than it would have been if I had done it that day. I had several beers that day. I'm not gonna lie, I was feeling pretty good when we came home. And then we did something else that night. We went to Maggiano's for dinner. So I would have been pretty miserable because my tummy was really, really full that day. Anyway, we had talked, Mom and I had talked about doing the Brew Bus tour many times, lots of times in the last several years since we moved here. Basically, we had talked about it. We wanted to do it. We just never got around to it. We never made it a priority. We had tried several of the breweries on the Brew Bus tour a couple of years ago, and it was really fun, but we never rode the bus. I know if we lived in Tampa, this is something, like we would be what, they do sell annual passes. So basically, what I'm trying to say is if Mom and I lived in Tampa, we would be annual pass holders for the Brew Bus ticket, and this is something that we would do on the weekend just for fun because it's so convenient. You drive to the starting place of the bus tour. How it works right now during COVID is they've got basically 6 stops, I think, 5 or 6 stops. And so the trip rotates. So they'll have 6 different tours on any given Saturday. And so we started at the Brew Bus location, and that's where we ended up. But we could have started at any other location that day, and then we would have just hit them all in the same order, but we would have ended up back at the one that we started at. I thought it was really nice because it was basically like having a sober chauffeur with, you know, like scheduled stops. It did kind of seem like the stops were a little bit short. You know, I would have liked 10 or 20 minutes more at each stop, but I did think that it was enough time. You know, I just talk a lot, and then we log all of our beers on Untapped, which can be a little bit of a time-consuming endeavor. Anyway, we made friends almost everywhere we went. We were comfortable at every brewery we visited. I think the one that we liked the least was the Southern Brewing and Winery or winemaking or whatever. We didn't like their beers. They had some things on the menu that they didn't actually have on tap for us to try. It just, you know, it wasn't a great stop for us. And it was the last brewery we stopped at before we went back to Brew Bus. So I'm glad that we had some beer at Brew Bus before we left. But anyway, we had a really good time. This is definitely something I would do again. I don't regret doing it. I feel like it was a really great activity for the 3 of us. I'm glad we had Emma drive us because she drove us home, and that was really nice. And like I said, we did go to Maggiano's for dinner afterwards. I wouldn't recommend doing that if you've had beer all day. Maybe wait a couple of hours and then eat dinner, but you know, we were hungry. We were just absolutely stuffed when that was over. But anyway, I thought this was wonderful. I thought it was a good value because you're basically paying for an all-day taxi, you know? So I thought it was really great. We didn't have to pay for parking. I had a really good time, and I would definitely do this again. I wish Orlando had something like this. Orlando has what's called the Ale Trail, but you have to visit all these places on your own. They don't have a bus that takes you to them. So anyway, those are my final thoughts. I liked it. I would recommend it. If you're into beer and you're visiting Tampa, I definitely think this is something you should try because I think you'd like it. So those are my final thoughts. You guys will see me in another video really, really soon.